Hey, yeah, what's happening? How y'all doing? So, reason I'm doing another one of these. I know I said I wasn't going. Well, maybe that one didn't. I don't know. But I want to do another one anyway because I like doing this way to kind of get stuff off my chest or whatever I'm thinking about. Shit like that, and still use gameplay because I much prefer the gameplay versus me just standing in front of a camera. You dig what I'm saying? I get to have some fun, and then I just put the audio to the gameplay. That's all I want to do. You know what I mean? Um. Anyway, one thing that has happened today, well, one of the earlier video with the driving with Forza Horizon 4, that whole video was brought on by a conversation. Okay, the conversation was very respectful. Somebody had listed off a entire coming soon's list of games and was so offended that Forza Horizon 5 was not in that list. And I jumped in and was like, I don't think it's disrespectful. I think it's understood. The audience to the Forza Horizon game is very aware that game is coming out. But I do not hold that game in the same eyesight or category or even means of understanding when it comes to something like God of War Ragnarok, when it comes to something like Halo Infinite, when it comes to something like Spider-Man 2. You know what I'm saying? Or, excuse me, Mario Rabbids, uh, whatever the second one's called. I know it's got a name to it, I just don't remember it. Or Breath of the Wild 2, you know. Um, it's nothing against the racing game. These are driving simulators, all right? These are uh, just car games. People who play these games understand each other. You know what I mean? If you're into Gran Turismo, more power to you, man. Nothing against it. It's just not my preferred game. Just like if you're not into Horizon, or not Horizon, but Forza Horizon, or even Forza in general. It's nothing against the game, it's just that's not what you like. You prefer Gran Turismo. And 90% of how that falls into play is literally your personal preference. See what I'm saying? These games are very similar. They are exactly identical. The only difference really is the play style. Graphics, I mean, I don't really give a shit which way you lean on that because me personally, I don't care about graphics as long as it looks like it's halfway decent and has a decent story. I really don't give a shit. You're talking to a guy who is literally playing a Super Nintendo in 2021. You think I care about graphics? No. I still enjoy Super Nintendo, even though we have games that look as good as Bloodborne, or as good as The Order of 1886, or as good as Horizon Zero Dawn, or I'm trying to think of one for Xbox, but damn. Oh, Rise Sons of Rome. That was a beautiful game in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So, and don't think I'm, disrespecting Xbox because I said I couldn't think of one. It literally took me forever because I don't really look at Xbox in the graphical sense. I look at PlayStation in that sense because they need it. You dig what I'm saying? They need that validation for some reason at PlayStation. So I don't look at it with Xbox because Xbox lets you know up front. A lot of the shit on Xbox is meant for online play. And if you've ever read a game case with the words online play, it says game experiences while online will be different if not effective. And we know about lag, we know about screen tears, we know about glitches. So it's understood that it might not be the most visually appealing product. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, things are moving forward, so those games are looking better as time moves along. You know what I'm saying? So it's no disrespect to either side. I myself prefer uh, Forza Horizon. I prefer that one. I'm not into Forza. I don't care about Forza 1 through 7. I like Horizon. That is my game. That's the one I really like. But I understand people who like the original, and I understand people who like Gran Turismo because I like Horizon, and I don't see a different when I look across it. I just see my preferred style is Horizon, and theirs might be Forza, or yours might be Gran Turismo. I'm taking nothing away from that. You feel me? So, you know, I just wanted to point that out. You see, another thing that triggered somebody was I said that Jedi The Fallen Order really surprised me, which it did, because I've never been into Star Wars games. I have Battlefield 1. I can play Battlefield 2. I just don't care. You see what I'm saying? So when I played Jedi Fallen Order, I didn't expect it to be as good as it is. So I put that out there just saying, hey, I personally thought it was great. Now, I don't know what triggered this person to respond as, I didn't like that game. Like, okay, who cares that you didn't like the game? I just said it was surprising to me. You dig what I'm saying? And the reason he didn't like it was because it reminded him of Dark Souls. Which brings us to the second part, man. What is it with these horrible comparisons? How come people don't understand comparisons to similarities? First of all, Dark Souls is one of the hardest games under the sun. Jedi is not that tough. It's not that serious. So where do you get this idea that Dark Souls and Jedi have anything in common outside of the fact they're both kind of action RPGs? One's in space, one's in the medieval times. I mean, they have similarities. That's as far as it goes. It's really not that deep. You dig what I'm saying? And it's also because it's video games. It's not that deep either. But I don't understand the reason why people can't just go, you know what? I didn't like that game. He said he did. Keep scrolling. Don't care. You dig what I'm saying? Hell, I just had somebody say something on Twitter about me because I said Xbox is a video game brand, not necessarily a console. When yes, Microsoft is the company that makes the console, Xbox, when it comes to video games, but you don't need the actual console to play on Xbox. That's not me making up shit. That's a fact. I've played Xbox Series games. I don't own an Xbox Series. So it's not really necessary to go buy a next Xbox. You don't need the console to play the games. You can play them on your PC. You can play them on Steam. You can play them on multiple devices. So you can't really say Xbox is a console anymore. It's more of a brand. It's more of a name that is associated with video games. You see what I'm saying? Xbox went from being a console. The 360 is a console. The original Xbox from the early 2000s, that's a console. Now it's a brand. You don't have to have the console to experience the games. When I'm playing games like the Medium and Stalker 2 without the Series X or the Series S in my house, then it's not a console. You see what I'm saying? It's a service, it's a brand, it's different. So when I'm saying that, I'm not disrespecting you either. I'm not disrespecting you. I'm just saying that when we're talking about Xbox, I don't want to hear like it's a console. There is a console, yes, but at the end of the day, it's not needed. So it's more of a service and it's more of a face of a brand. You dig what I'm saying? And you know, I just thought it was funny because I'm like, how can something so easy, something so simple like that, get people so worked up? You're not disrespecting anybody. You're not being mean to anybody. You're not showing anger. You're just stating something. You know what I'm saying? And the reply to it was like, service requires, you know, ... And I'm like, but if we're talking Steam, all you need is a computer, and they're even making it now to where it's on tablets. There's a Steam tablet that looks like a Switch coming soon, making Steam much more than computers now. You know what I'm saying? So just like with Xbox, it's going to become a brand that you're recognized to be using to play games through. You see what I'm saying? Same thing with the Epic Game Store, which I know people don't like. Xbox is going to be in that computer PC market. You feel me? So I wouldn't call it a console anymore. I would just say it's part of the PC market. It's a big brand, possibly going to be giving Steam a lot of competition if they keep going the way they are. To be honest with you, Microsoft might come out as the one to be the competitor that not only knocks off Epic, but is the direct competitor we need to Steam. You dig what I'm saying? I could see that happening. Hell, I could see Google being the answer to Steam if they get their shit together. And I'm not saying Stadia is a bad service. Christ, there's plenty of videos on here of me using Stadia, saying how good it is and when it's fucking up, okay? And I hate that I have to say these type of things this type of way, because certain people do not understand that I'm not necessarily being disrespectful. It's just from my point of view and what I myself have seen, okay? Am I saying Google's gonna do it? No. Because obviously they're not on it as much as they ought to be on it in order for them to be on that level. And Xbox seems to be moving slowly, but moving that way. The more they are more worried about you playing the game on any device versus on just a damn console. You see what I'm saying? Being they want you to be able to play them on your cell phone, on your tablet, on your PC, on your TV. If it's got a screen, Xbox wants to make use of it. You see what I'm saying? So could Xbox be that one? Honestly, I think they are. I will put money on it to say Xbox will be the brand to go toe-to-toe with Steam, because their reach is now so big that Steam themselves decided to jump into the portable handheld market. That's how much reach Xbox has as a name. You see what I'm saying? You think they were going to come out with this shit just because of the Switch? It's Nintendo. Nintendo is like racing games, a very loyal fan base. But it's nowhere near as big as the reach Xbox has. Xbox has games on Nintendo. Xbox has got games on PlayStation. Xbox is making money via PS Now because Sony pays them for the cloud services. Xbox is getting money on everything. The reach is everywhere. So that's why I'm saying I could see Microsoft and the Xbox brand set up to be a direct competitor to Steam, because before Xbox had all this reach, Steam was happy on the PCs, being on laptops and desktops, and that's it. You see what I'm saying? They were satisfied with that. But now with the reach Xbox has, the fact they're on console, the fact they're on tablets, the fact they're on PCs, the fact that they're on televisions, all these things, all these screens, Steam is now noticing the reach and how many potential customers they can get by having that reach. I myself am hoping to one day get one of these Steam portable consoles, because it's a portable itself, not because I'm into Steam. I don't have a Steam account and probably never will, but I am into the portable market. I love portables, okay? So I look at it that way. I just wanted to say all this because it's been a crazy day, like I said before, where I didn't really do a whole lot, but comments for some reason were triggering people. I wasn't being disrespectful to nobody. If you want to, view all the action and everything, go to your boy's Twitter, link in the description below. Follow your boy. You dig what I'm saying? I make all kind of crazy claims on Twitter all the time. Hell, I said one about PlayStation not understanding multiplayer, and that set people off. And before you go ape shit, because I realize now some people gonna hear that and say, wait, hold up, we have multiplayer. Chill. When I say they don't understand multiplayer, I mean the simple fact that they themselves over at Sony acknowledged, self-aware here, said they were more focused on the single player aspect of the video game, whereas Microsoft is more of the multiplayer level of video games. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Yes, PlayStation has multiplayer, Xbox has single player. There's no difference with that. But the fact Sony is putting more emphasis, making more content where it's a one-player deal, then when I say they don't really understand multiplayer, it's not disrespectful. I'm saying they don't understand the impact of both crowds. Meaning, if you make enough single player games and you leveled it out with multiplayer games, people would come to you more than they would go to where whatever it is they like more. If you like single player, chances you're on Sony. If you like multiplayer, chances you're on Xbox. It's nothing against either, genre. That's where their focus is at. I really wish Microsoft, Uncle Phil, Major Nelson understood what JRPGs mean in the gaming community. They've damn near been the reason Portable even exists for a lot of times. They're the sole reason the PS Vita lived for as long as it did. They're the reason the PSP got kind of a second breath in a way. I wish they understood that there's more to gaming than just first person shooters, FPS, right? I wish they understood that. Remember, they canceled Fable during the Xbox One only to realize we need an RPG, and now we're getting one with the series. See what I'm saying? They brought it back because they were like, we really need this game, because Halo wasn't able to go up against the RPG war. When it was Horizon versus Zelda, they were unable to get into that combat. They were unable to successfully launch a Halo game during that particular time in 2017. And they brought back Fable. Now they have something that if it comes down to RPGs again, they can get in on that market. They realize how important they still don't realize it. They just brought one back because, hey, we have an RPG. Maybe if we, made it, people would buy it. You know what I mean? So I still believe they don't understand first player games over on PlayStation. Microsoft. I meant to say they don't understand multiplayer on PlayStation. I get tongue tied with this every once in a while, but I do know what I'm talking about here. It's no disrespect to PlayStation, but the emphasis on PlayStation is single player experiences. Yes, they have Call of Duty, but there is more people who are at least aware of or started playing Call of Duty when it comes to the online with Xbox, and the Call of Duty crowd on Xbox is still kind of massive in of itself, and is always kind of like, I can't believe there's this many of you on here like that. You know what I'm saying? So they're still present. So it's not necessarily like, oh well, because Call of Duty went over to PlayStation, that guarantee. No, it doesn't guarantee anything. It just guarantees a bigger reach for potential customers, because Sony had the more clientele versus Xbox with they had a lousy 50 million Xbox Ones out there, and compared to 120 PS4s, 124 million PS4s, come on now, that's over double. You see what I'm saying? So not to mention the fact that Sony was outselling the Xbox, like almost 8-1 in the first 3 years. Like, seriously, come on. That's why Activision went over there to PlayStation. And I'm still waiting to hear back from PlayStation on what's going on with that, contract, because Activision and Blizzard, man, that water is not getting any better. That water is it's heating up. They're like a lobster in the bucket, and it's starting to bubble, and they realize there's no getting out. This is it. That's what Activision and Blizzard is acting like right now. So the fact that there's even a Call of Duty right now is shocking to me. They had footage of someone playing it. I think they said it was on a Series X, and it looked terrible. It reminded me of how bad Cyberpunk was on the last gen consoles. That's how bad it looked. And I just remember saying, there's people working on this? Because I was thinking to myself, didn't the entire company leave? Like, didn't every employee decide, fuck this, and walk the hell out? And didn't they just announce they stopped working on like a whole bunch of projects? I was sitting there thinking about, like, who is developing the next Call of Duty right now? There's no way there's people working on it, because the company overall, Activision and Blizzard, are in so much shit, there's no getting around it. Anyway, I've talked way too much. It's been a ramblings, just random shit. What I've been doing. I might do more of these like video, how my day was going type things, because this shit, it's kind of fun to talk about. You know what I mean? Just random shit I see in the community of gaming, because I'm in that community, even though it's a lot of times painful to watch. And you're here because you're as well, you're in the gaming community. You might like the videos you see of the games and go, oh wow, I didn't know that. Or you might see Stadia and go, you know what, that's fucking awesome. That's how it works. Cool, that's not bad. And I get 2 months free if I click the link in the description down below. Absolutely, my guy. Do that for your boy, man. Check out the description, man. There's all kinds of info in there, man. Drop a like on the video, and hey, if you're new to the channel, man, welcome. This is all we do, man. We play video games and talk about random shit. Might have a ramblings every now and again. I go live on Stadia at random times. I have no set schedule. You just, you know, hit the bell so you find out, like, hey, dude is live right now, Stadia playing, bat, you dig? And I appreciate every one of you dudes, every one of you, man. You dig what I'm saying? Don't matter who you are, how you identify. I say dudes. You dig what I'm saying? Because that's what we is on this side. You feel me? We everybody a dude on this side. He a dude, she a dude, they a dude. We all dudes. Hey, and that's what it is, man. Until next time. Hey, yeah.